Hey y'all, say y'all, peace to Palo Santo Sticks. It's your girl, the Hippie Healer, and welcome to the channel. To all of my returning viewers, hey soul cousins, so happy, so blessed, so thankful to have you back. And to my new subscribers, welcome to the soul family. We're just spreading love, light, insight, and helping each other better navigate this beautiful human experience that does not always feel so beautiful. So let's tap into some energy. This is my second upload tonight, but it's really been on my spirit to pull from my African Goddess Rising deck. You know, I mean, what better time to do it? First of all, I always use this deck on my channel, but it's like it's Black History Month. Let's get into it, okay? Let's get into it. Let's see what the African goddesses want us to hear and know at this time. So basically how it goes, how I do these readings is it'll start off with giving you the backstory of the African goddess, where they're from, what element that they work with, and then just their guidance to you, okay? So that's how that'll go. I like to make sure I pay my respects, so I do read their backstories before I give y'all the advice. Let's get into it. I want to change the color. Now I'm feeling pink. I'm feeling pink. Yeah. Alright. Divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and concise messages for the divine collective. Clear and concise messages for the divine collective. Please just block out all interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Any dark magic or evil eye being sent my way or to the way of the divine collective, I ask that you return it back to sender, magnified, and bind it to them. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. I don't know if y'all can see, but both of my cats is in the background. It's my extras. Buddy, he's orange and white. And then, hold up. Am I pointing at JoJo? And then JoJo, that's my little torty cat. So say what's up to them in the background. Clear and concise messages. Oh, they're so cute. Clear and concise messages for the divine collective. What is it that they need to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that they need to hear and know the most at this time? Please just block out all interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. So let's see. Okay, we'll see you soon, buddy. Very concise messages. What is it that a divine collective needs to hear and know the most at this time? 11:22 on the timer. Those numbers may be significant to you. Ooh, look at y'all pulling my favorites. Mommy Wata, naked. Naked. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more. Level up. This kept wanting to show itself. Tell me more, Spirit. Queen Ya Ashantiwa. Level up. Tell me more, Spirit. I also just want to pay some respects to the author of like this book. Is Abiola Abrams. I just really love that she like went through, you know, history and things of that nature and really gave these African goddesses a voice. I love it. Like, you know, by way of this deck, I really do appreciate it. So we have Sarah Lakali, Divine Lineage. All right. Give me one more, Spirit. One more. Or however many more y'all want me to say. Creativity. Okay. So just intuitively, I'm hearing like, so for a lot of you, your level up, your level up for not just for yourself, but your bloodline is very much so tied to your creativity and you expressing yourself and your emotions. Your creativity and you expressing yourself and emotions, but some way, somehow those two coincide. Rather, like, you're a person who's like, you express your emotions through poetry, through music, through art, through something. You are, if I'm speaking to you, you are very much so leveling up and healing your divine bloodline by doing so. But let me just dig a little bit deeper. I want to dig deeper into the textbook definitions of all of these books. So let's get into it with the guidebook definition. Starting off with Mommy Wata. Mommy Wata, goddess of emotional nakedness. She's from diaspora. Her temple is grits and her element is water. Mommy Wata and her sisters live in the Ikpoba River in Benin City, Nigeria. But the ancient mermaid goddess is her own global pantheon. Mommy Wata influences emotions and gives her followers with clairvoyance and healing powers. Hide no more. Oh, Mommy Wata's guidance to you is this. Hide no more. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. Being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Practice being transparent. So can I say something? Because I'm also hearing this, right? Especially with this divine lineage card coming up. I feel like a lot of our ancestors, they didn't necessarily have the freedom to be able to express their emotions. I don't believe life allowed them to do so. As they didn't have the freedom to really express themselves or do things that may have genuinely, warmed their spirit, while we have the freedom to do that. So it's something about expressing your emotions. It's like when you're doing it, it's almost like not only are you freeing parts of yourself and empowering yourself by doing that, but you're empowering them too, because they didn't necessarily have a voice. They didn't have the obviously technology wasn't as advanced as it is now, so they also didn't have the platforms to be able to express their emotions, to allow thousands, millions of people to hear them. So there is something very specific about expressing your emotions in some type of way. You can be a person who has a very deep, great emotional depth. Don't come in here being a hater. A very great emotional depth, and you may keep these parts hidden, thinking that, it's in some form or fashion, it's, it displays weakness when it really displays strength. I believe a lot of our, our ancestors, they had to be strong. And, though we are strong, we don't have to be strong. We don't have to fight all the time. So we have the, the freedom to do certain things that maybe they weren't able to. But anyway, it says being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Practice being transparent. Start with the people closest to you. Say, I haven't been showing the whole me, but I'm starting today. Have the courage to feel and express your feelings without people pleasing. Speak your truth. Share your story. Cultivate an appreciation for vulnerability in others. Become comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable. Goddess declaration. I have the courage to be vulnerable. I have the courage to be vulnerable. So a lot of you could be like, what I'm hearing is there might be certain, you may be a person who, like, you're very, you're not problematic. You don't like drama. So you tend to, like, maybe bite your tongue about a lot of things versus expressing how you really feel. And I don't know. I feel like your spirit guides and ancestors are actually encouraging you to do the opposite. To speak how you feel. I was literally just having this conversation with one of my friends the other day where I'm like, we have to get in a place where we're more vocal about how we feel about certain things. Because it's like, okay, it can be one of two situations. It can be a situation where you never say nothing. You allow yourself to be uncomfortable in a situation. You never say nothing. And ultimately, you're going to detach, or at some point, everybody has a breaking point. So at some point, you're going to be at a place where it's like, you know what? This ain't sitting well in my spirit. I'm just going to go on about I'm just going to, part ways from this person or situation or whatever it may be. Eventually, it will lead to that point anyway. So it's like, I much rather risk losing a person by being authentic and expressing how I feel than not saying anything and ultimately end up losing them anyway because I'm not unhappy. Because I'm unhappy. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. Cultivate a practice of being vulnerable with others. And like Spirit is asking you, start with those closest to you. I remember when I did a reading for myself and I pulled those cards. And I just started, I had to really sit with myself, and I'm like, where does that start? Like, where should I start with having that conversation? And I just went back, and I had a conversation with my dad, and he was very, very receptive to everything that I had to say. And you may not get that. You may not get a situation where you're able to get that, but it actually felt really good for me to tell my dad how I felt about things. Because I know a lot of my, I remember a lot of throughout my childhood where there were certain things that maybe I didn't like or things that hurt my feelings. And I didn't want to really express to my dad how I felt about stuff because I didn't want him to leave. I didn't want to say something to him that may push him away. So, and you know what? Y'all want to know why I went back so far with this? At this point, I'm about to get off topic a little bit. But the reason why I went back so far in regards to starting with those closest, having a conversation and starting with those who are closest to me, because I understood that a pattern had started. That is where my pattern started when it came to men or just situations in general where it's like, I'm not speaking on how I feel because I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or I don't want them to get mad at me, or I don't want them to leave. I don't want to risk them leaving me or whatever it may be. So then I just ended up going throughout my life not speaking up on things that really made me uncomfortable. So I'm in relationships where I'm not fucking happy, and I may have times where I may say something from time to time, but at this point I've let it build up so much where I lose my cool and it's way bigger than it has to be, versus me being able to say things from a regulated place and just saying, you know what, that really made me feel uncomfortable. I don't like when you do that. It hurts my feelings. I'm a very sensitive person. Whatever it may be, just cultivating a practice of being transparent. Even if it's as little as saying no when you want to, saying no when you really want to say no, versus saying yes when you know deep down you want to say no. Just start making those steps. So yeah, that's actually why I ended up going back as far as starting with my dad, because I realized, I'm like, damn, that's where this pattern started. Or he is the first man that I love. My dad is the first man that I ever loved. So I noticing my similarity in how I used to be with my dad as a kid, and then how I started to be with men in my adult life. I'm like, bro, just fucking I'm just settling for shit. I'm just going for shit, and I'm not speaking up on how I feel. And why am I doing that? Why am I fearing saying what I don't like? Because at some point I am going to speak up, but why I'll let it get so bad before I do so. So I don't know. I'm saying all that to say this: start having conversations with people about how you feel. You'll be surprised how much freedom it's going to bring you, and not just you, your adult self, but you, your child self, who maybe didn't have the courage to speak up on how you felt. Anyway, so it says Queen Ya Ashanti Wa, leveling up. She is from Ashanti, Ghana. Her temple is Queens and her element is Bush. Queen Ya Ashanti Wa was a mother, farmer, and the warrior queen who led the war of the Golden Stool. The Golden Stool throne of the Ashanti Empire holds the regent's crawl life force energy. So Queen Ya Ashanti Wa's guidance to you is raise your standards. A leap forward for one is a leap forward for the tribe. Didn't I just tell y'all that? I just told y'all that. There is something very specific about you healing you to heal your bloodline. And how beautiful is that? How beautiful is that to know that? Hold on, because this cat's will drive me fucking crazy. How beautiful is that to know that, you know, when you're doing this healing work, not only are you setting, you know, parts of yourself free, but you are healing for a whole bloodline of people who came before you and for those to come after you. You are breaking generational curses just by healing yourself. When you look at it from that perspective, one, you do understand how great of a responsibility you carry. But then you also understand how rewarding that is to be like, damn, so just me working on myself is going to make this much of an impact, not just on the quality of my life while the remainder of my life while I'm here, but the quality of the quality of the life for those that come after me. That is like such a beautiful thing when you think about it. And that's why divine lineage is coming right next. But anyway, it says your choices can raise the frequency of your community and the planet. Time to level up. This is your season for a quantum leap. You have prepared for this. Life does not have to be linear, and neither does growth. A quantum leap feels drastic and huge, but the secret is that quantum leaps happen little by little. So what inspired action helps you level up? Connecting to spirit with rituals, movement, meditation, and visualization is a great start. Goddess declaration. Divine timing is on my side. Divine timing is on my side. Ooh. This is just so much about like how your level up is leveling up so much more than just yourself. And I love it. I so love that. Shoot. Sorry, y'all. I gotta get a sip of water. Okay. So next we have Sarah Lakali. Sarah Lakali. And it says goddess of divine lineage. She's from Romani, Egypt. Her temple is ancestors and her element is water. Great ancestor Sarah Lakali, meaning Sarah the Black, was an Egyptian prophetess and the patron saint of the Romani people. Oral history says that Saint Sarah had the highest divine lineage. Your ancestors, her guidance to you is this. Your ancestors protect the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is you. Divine ones walk beside you and within you. Trust. Your ancestors want to remind you that you are not alone. They are rooting for you. They ask you to honor your spirit guides and call upon the power of the divine. Call upon the power of the divine. I don't know why I'm being guided to say this, but a lot of you who do, you may have some form of an ancestral practice where you like to, call on the support of your ancestors. I'm being told to just inform you to be very, very specific about the ancestors that you are calling on. Make sure you are calling on your divine ancestors, your ancestors of my highest and greatest good, my divine ancestors of light. We do have to understand and keep in mind that all of our ancestors were not great people. Just period. They were not. So with that being said, be very specific on who you're calling for. I feel like sometimes people get in this practice of just calling on ancestors, and then you're attracting all types of stuff into your life, and whole time your ancestors are not even of the light. They're not even in support of what you're doing, especially when you're a light worker and you're just calling on the energies of your ancestors when all your ancestors are not supporting of the light. They're just not. That was not their walk while they were here, and that's not their walk in their passing time. So just be very mindful of who you're calling the ancestors that you're calling from. This is why this card says divine lineage. Be very specific. It says your ancestors want to remind you that you are not alone. They are rooting for you, and they ask you to honor your spirit guides and call upon the power of the divine. Create or nourish your ancestral altar or shrine. Unbury your ancestors. Speak their names. Your divine lineage ancestors may be blood related or culturally or spiritually connected. Goddess declaration. I am my sister, and my sister is me. It's almost like they just knew. They knew why I was calling on this deck today, and it's very much so given to, like, yeah, just like to give them a certain level of respect. You know, respecting those who really came before us. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of cards in here, but these cards in particular and how they came out together is very much so, very much so, us acknowledging them, us taking the time to really acknowledge them. And keep in mind that they're helping us, and they're asking us to help them as well. And what we're doing here. All right, the last one is Seven Sisters, creativity. Creativity. I like I actually like the story of the Seven Sisters. That is actually, I keep saying this, the Seven Sisters is actually one that I really want to look up. In regards to like my own research at the backstory, because you know it gives you a little bit of backstory for them, but it doesn't really go like in depth. And Seven Sisters in particular is just one I really want to I want to get a better understanding on. Seven Sisters 24. Goddess of Creativity. Seven Sisters, Goddess of Creativity from New Orleans. Their temple is conjurers and her element is air. The Seven Sisters were a mystical Nolans family of identical master psychics and conjure women who never age. But were they? Were the Seven Sisters one shape-shifting woman or seven? Time will never tell. I think that's why I love the story of the Seven Sisters. You see how it's just that one woman looking over all those women? It's like, okay, so was Seven Sisters, or was Seven Sisters one woman who was a shapeshifter? And okay, leaning into that, right? Let's lean into that, the shape-shifting. Ultimately, very much so, you can wear many hats within this lifetime. Just period. Whatever feminine I'm speaking to, divine feminine I'm speaking to, you wear many hats. There's many things that you are good at. There are many interests that you have. You have a great, like a broad level of creativity. And you have the freedom to express them all, so do so. All right, so Seven Sisters guidance to you is this. Create, create, create. You come from conjurers and creators. Your blood remembers. Use your gifts to multiply your magic. You are a cosmic creatix and a creative force. You are a divine nation within one person. How creative do you allow yourself to be? Break out of your comfort zone and into your creative fertility. You have the power that creates planets, so yes, you are creative. No one else's opinion matters here. Let your inner child play to awaken your creativity. Creating is birthing is manifesting. Goddess declaration. I am a creative visionary. I am a creative visionary. I actually want to add more to this reading. I'm going to pull one more from this deck. Tell me more, Spirit. Give me one more card to close out this reading for the collective. Give me one more card to close out this reading for the collective. They gave me two. And I'm actually happy this card came out because it actually showed itself. This card is Mom Lambo. Self-sabotage. Oh, right. Went straight to the page. It says Shadow of Self-Sabotage. She's from Zulu. Her temple is shadows and her element is bush. Shadow monster Mom Lambo is the brain-sucking, snake-like water-dwelling Zulu goddess of rivers. And her guidance to you is this. You are holding yourself apart from your blessings. What ancient pain are you trying to stuff down, numb, ignore, or avoid? What does your self-sabotage help you to avoid? Somebody is avoiding their emotions. I know that. Someone is like, and you know what? That could be something that you're carrying. Like just to be 100% honest, like this is what I really do love about us millennials. Is that I would say we are the first generation who have of like of people of color. I can't really speak too much. I only can speak about my own race because I really am just not well versed in other people's races. But I'll say in mine, and just speaking on like my mother and then my grandmother and my great grandmother, like they were not of let's go sit down and talk to somebody. Let's do some healing. Like let's do some soul searching or some internal work. Like, you know, it's just let's go to church. And I'm not shaming church in any way, shape, or form. But at the end of the day, church is still also something that is external from you. I'm just real big on like when it's time for you to do some level of like healing. I do believe that is something very much so within yourself. And I feel like when we start to put focus on things outside of ourselves to help us with that we are actually getting further from healing it. That is my perspective. I'm not knocking nobody else's recipe to how they do things, but that's not even the point I'm really trying to get at. However, I feel like I know, like just speaking from my grandmother, my mom, everybody just has like more this mindset like, oh, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm strong, I'm this, I'm that, but they're hurting on the inside. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Definitely hurting on the inside, but keeping a brave face. And I think that's what we come from, keeping a brave face. But at the end of the day, maybe to an extent with leaning into this card and the thought of self-sabotage, that could be that can be a form of self-sabotage. To sit there and overlook the pain the pain that lies underneath everything that you're doing and saying that you're okay and you just keep striving forward, but you're actually hurt on the inside. Which is why you can have people who they have their spouse, they are financially well off, and they have everything external that they want, but internally they are still unhappy. So, I don't know. I felt like I just wanted to say that. But anyway, it says, what ancient pain are you trying to stuff down, numb, ignore, or avoid? What does your self-sabotage help you to avoid? Embodiment. Your inner saboteur is clever. Seductive patterns of behavior block your path and your power. Distractions, addictions, cravings, and unhealthy habits will not bring you your best. Your inner bully is the voice telling you that you messed up. The part of you that is jealous, the anger you don't know what to do with, your stuck inner procrastinator, and your toxic relationship choices. Stop terrorizing yourself with broken promises of discipline. Instead, choose devotion to your chosen pathways. What inspired action can you take today? God's declaration, I have compassion for myself. So, certain things that stood out to me about this card, right, in that message, especially with Mami Wata and naked, because naked is all about emotional nakedness. Being vulnerable, being comfortable having uncomfortable conversations, like expressing yourself, being comfortable making other people uncomfortable by expressing things that you genuinely feel. So when I see this card and I'm reading the card, what really stood out to me was ultimately, like, just paraphrasing, but like ultimately doing different things to avoid pain, avoid having to deal with pain. Let's stay busy. All forms of self-sabotage. And the way they're saying there is all forms of self-sabotage. Okay, I'm hurt and I'm in pain. And I don't want to address that. Why? Because it's uncomfortable. Nobody wants to sit in discomfort. So I'm going to distract. I'm going to keep myself busy. Let's go make some money. Let's go have sex. Let's go do things. Let's go do stuff. Keep busy. Surround ourselves with noise so we can drown out the pain or spirit calling for us to sit with it and do some soul searching and some shadow work. That is a form of self-sabotage. So there is something really big in this message about really the importance of not suppressing your emotions. But here's what's so great, right? Because what I'm hearing is a lot of us is like, okay, well, what can I do to not suppress, right? Everybody doesn't have like this roadmap. Okay, like, well, what does shadow work look for me? Like, how do I do shadow work? Some people want to do it, but it's like, where the fuck do I start? You know? I really believe doing what you love to do, doing something that you're passionate about doing, is a great way to heal. Is a great way to heal. And what's so great about that way of healing is it's not just healing to you, it heals others. So it's like a double-sided thing. There is something about you and your creativity that is really going to be your ticket to healing and expressing your emotions. There's something about that. Rather this be through art, like I said, art, poetry, journaling, whatever it may be, like dancing, like whatever. There is a way, a beautiful creative way for you to be able to express your emotions. 30-30 on a timer I just caught. A beautiful way for you to be able to stop suppressing your emotions. From a very creative place, I'm saying. Next we have Cosmic Power. I actually really love this card. I don't get it often at all, but it's Mama Lisa. I think this card is very interesting to me. Mama Lisa. It's the sun and the moon in this card, and I just let's get into it. I'm like so excited about it. I do not get it often, but I just remember really loving the backstory and like what this card represents and the advice from this card. Okay. It says Mama Lisa, goddess of cosmic power. She's from Benin. Her temple is Threshold Guardians and her element is air. Mama Lisa is the force of mother, father, goddess. Mawu is the moon, the divine feminine. Lisa is the sun, the divine masculine. They come together during a fawn eclipse to create cosmic power. Mama Lisa's guidance to you is this. You are in the right place. Release the fear of your power. You are sacred. You are magic. Now that you know this, you can no longer pretend not to. Rise up into your magnificent love and accept yourself fully to unlock everything you seek. Stop pretending to be less than you are. Your real power has nothing to do with external gains. Cosmic power cannot be destroyed or lost. You are created by the same force that birthed the sun and the moon. Goddess declaration. My power shines forth from within. I'm speaking to somebody who you have a mission. Like, I don't know what contract you signed before you got here, but you got a mission. And you possess the power to do it. Like, you possess the power to 1000% slay that shit. And it's time for you to tell yourself that. It is time for you to level up. Because you have something to do. Not just for you, but for your line. You have something to do and you agreed to it. Promise. I promise you did. The power is in you. It's within you. And you know it. You know it. Deep down inside, you know it. You know it. But like this card says, our inner self-saboteur is clever. It'll tell you, oh no, I'm not good enough. Oh no, how could it be me? Why me? Or I don't even have the things that I need to be able to. No. Absolutely not. Your richness, your wealth, your richness is in you. It's in your bloodline. It's in your blood. It's in your veins. It's very much so like it's not on me, it's in me. That's you. That's you. Whatever feminine I'm talking to, whatever feminine is resonating with this, that is you. Stop dimming your light. Stop shrinking yourself to fit in a society that you were not meant to fit in. You're meant to inspire. I don't know who this feminine is that this is resonating with, but I want to know you so bad, girl. I do. I want you to start speaking affirmations to yourself. I want you to start looking in the mirror and telling yourself just how powerful you are, how resilient you are. This is a very powerful energy here. Like I can feel the intensity of it. I can. But you know what? I believe you're slowly but surely you're stepping into an ascension and a level up. This reading might have been all you needed to push to give you that extra push. And even if it don't sit with you right now, it will eventually. It will eventually. For certain. I would have closed out here, but I'm not. I'm gonna go to angel numbers real fast, and then I'll close out after angel numbers. Just a few. Just a few. Nothing crazy. Just a few. 11:55 on the timer. I done caught that shit twice today. I feel like I caught that on. Well, excuse me. It's 11:55 p.m. But I caught 11:55 on the timer. 11:22 and 11:55. Was it 11:33? I'm always catching that. 11:55, 11:22, 11:33, 11:44, 11:55. Like those numbers are just like following me, and I'm gonna have to look into them when I get off of here. All right. Divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Clear and concise messages for the divine collective. Whoever this reading is resonating with. What is it that their spirit guides and their divine ancestors want them to take to close out this reading? What else do their divine ancestors want them to take to close out this reading? Thank you so much for the messages that we've been able to get across so far. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. I'll take it. It says personal power. Did I say y'all got the power? 8888. It says material and spiritual abundance, wealth, resources, force, balance, confidence, material gain, epic romance. It says all that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Angels are sending you the numbers to reassure you of the prosperity and well-being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. And tell me more, Spirit. For this divine feminine, I know this is a divine feminine who's in the process of stepping in her power. Tell me more for her. Tell me more. 4444. Blessings in disguise. Obstacles, hardships, strength, building character, and experience. There might be some difficulties ahead, but you will push through. You got this. If you have been struggling or feeling lost, the winds of change will blow in your favor. If you've been suffering or feeling lost, some things may fall apart, but you're building the framework for something much better. Hang in there. And I just said it. You are very strong. You're very powerful. You are very resilient. I feel your energy. That's one thing about like being a reader and being an empath. I be feeling y'all energy. You are strong. You're so strong. You're so strong. But you want to know what? While you're so strong, I need you to understand the strength and saying to yourself that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to emotionally, because for a lot of y'all, you ain't just carrying your own emotions. You are carrying generations of emotion and pain. Allow yourself to be emotionally naked. And for some of you, it's not even that you don't express your emotions because you don't want to be problematic. You don't express your emotions because you don't even want nobody to think that they have any control over you don't even want nobody to feel like I'm not somebody about to sit around and cry or act like that. That's your ego. Feel it. Absolutely. You're very strong. You're very resilient. You're very strong. You're very resilient. And baby, you taking the time to really do that shadow work, do that inner work, releasing whatever suppressed emotions that you have ain't going to take that strength away from you in no way, shape, or form. It's actually going to amplify it. 10:11, it says take action. Hope, new beginning, fresh start, lifestyle, purpose, spiritual awakening. This is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards of their perseverance. A few more, Spirit. And that's what they gave me. A lot of 8s going on in here. It says 1818, willpower. Wow, significant events are on the cards for you. You will progress in your endeavors and gain new experiences. The right people and resources will be put in your path. An excellent proposal or change is coming up. You're destined for greatness. You absolutely are. You just are. Then we have 0808, swift action. You will enter a time of expansion, so begin taking steps towards achieving your ultimate objective immediately. Finances will miraculously improve. Oh, and somebody has their mind set on you. Let me tell you something. Y'all are going to be presented with something. First of all, something, blessing in disguise. Some of y'all may have experienced something that failed, that didn't work out in your favor. And for you, you may have the perspective of like, damn, like things aren't working out for you, things that went wrong, I failed, whatever it may be. But this is very much so a situation of no. It's just that what you wanted, Spirit is saying, God is saying, universe is saying, no, it's just that what you wanted, I actually have something better in store for you. See, because here's the thing, you say you want flowers. And I want to give you these flowers. I know you want these flowers, but I got to give you the rain for the flowers. You gonna get the flowers, I got to rain first though. Very much so that energy, that was the blessing in disguise. Something did not go, something may have not went according to plan. But it has everything to do with, it's because something so much better in store is for you. And for a lot of you all, you're going to be presented with an opportunity unexpectedly. And you need to be ready to take advantage of it. Do not let fear get in the way. Do not let your inner self-saboteur get in the way. Take action, because for whatever reason or another, there is something that your spirit guides want you to get to it. There's something they want you to get to. Just period. And for a lot of you, the reason why it's just like ain't no, when it comes and it presents itself, just go for it, because it's already been something you've been reflecting on. It's already something you've been feeling in your spirit, and now it's like, okay, well now it's time to take the thought into an action. Take the thought from your head and we're going to put it into an action. And we're going to give you the steps towards it. I might give you the first step. I need you to take the step in the second, or you take the first step, we'll give you the second. Whatever it may be. But this has been your message. I really hope that it resonated. If so, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's a beautiful way to energetically donate back to the channel. And it's also a beautiful way for me to be able to channel for you in future readings. I really do hope that this resonated, and I really hope that you guys take heed to everything that I said within this message. I love you all so much. Until next time, peace out.